Hi folks, this is Todd with Survival Sherpa. As you can see, I'm wearing my newest attire. Daryl sent me this. I actually ordered this shirt and some other packets from Dragon Fire Tinder Box. So we're excited to bring you a little bit of a product review. I've been wanting to test this for quite a while. I've been in many situations camping or out doing stuff in the woods where I wanted a fire and everything was soaking wet. I've built one stick fires before, but you got a baton down. You still got to collect the tinder, and so I think that this product right here that I bought from Dragon Fire from Daryl and Kristina up in Wisconsin, bought this from them. Actually, I've got 3 products that they sent me: the shirt, this extreme tinder pouch, which I haven't opened yet, which we're going to do today and do some tests on ignition sources and see how it lights. But the reason I wanted it, number one, is to test it, of course, but also this pouch itself, Mylar pouch itself, can be reused once the tinder's gone in it. But if you're ever in a situation, even sometimes in camping areas where you're not allowed to collect wood or tinder from the campsites, this right here would go a long way in starting many fires for you. So we're gonna open this bag up, but before we do, I want to show you the other thing that I've got here from Dragon Fire. I ordered this right here, which I'm going to open now just to see it. I haven't opened it yet, but I bought it for my grandson Max to do with him during some firecraft practice, and basically it's an ice cream cone that catches fire. And it's made out of all natural material. So let's see what we got in here. Can you get a close-up on that, baby? There's all kind of material that's in the top here. Let me bring it up here, get it in the frame for you. But this is it. It's basically a pine cone with some flammable material there, and I'm not sure exactly what this is here, but it's probably some kind of resinous stuff that Daryl and his family make. But inside you can see there's still more real dry tinder material in there that was on top of this, which you can actually get started. But we're going to save this for my grandson Max. Next time we're together, we're gonna burn an ice cream cone. All right, that's what that looks like. Oh, and it's resealable, so it's got the Mylar package, but you can reseal it, and then I'll save that for Max. Now, Daryl also sent me this, which is 3 chunks of chaga, which he's got the little instructions on the back, just a little label there telling you how to make chaga tea. A good buddy of mine, Joel Bragg, went to Pathfinder School with at the basic class. He sent me some chaga up there when I met him in Ohio, and afterwards, after the basic class, he sent me some, and I've used it for char material, for tinder fungus, but I've never tried tea. So I'm going to give that a shot too on another video. We're not going to do that today, but I thought that was very nice for him to send that to me. I'm going to give it a shot, Daryl. This pack right here is the extreme tinder pouch, and again, it's Mylar. It's very thick. It's not like the stuff that you buy in the store sometime that has Mylar. It's very thick, reusable. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dump this out on one of our camp chairs. By the way, we're down here at the dam cabin, and we're hanging out with family, about to go eat some Cornish hens. But I'm going to bring a little camp chair over here, and dump this out and just let you see what all's in here. It's packed in pretty tight. Obviously, you would not need all this bag to get a fire started. What's this? I don't know what that is. We'll investigate that. But you can see there's all kinds of dry shavings, materials, some kind of lichen, moss, shavings. Looks like old man's beard there. Different chunks of dry wood here. That smells like fat. Yep, that's fat wood right there, or fat lighter as we call it down in Georgia. That's just some good dry, smells good. Now the one thing I do like about what Daryl is doing with this company is this right here. We do not have this white birch in our area. We have river birch, which I've used before to start fires with, but this papery birch bark here is excellent fire starter, which we don't have here. We don't have available here in Georgia. So I'm glad I got a little slab of that. So we've got some stuff right here. This right here looks like just more bark material that's been processed a little. That right there is some good tinder as well. All right. Well, we got my niece and her daughter Haley here with us today, and Caitlin. So welcome to our little review. What I do like though about this is I just hit this with a ferro rod, this birch bark, and it immediately, I scraped it just a little bit with my knife, and it took to flame immediately. So this is something that I've really been looking forward to testing. So we're going to go ahead and give it a couple of tries, and as you can see, there's deeper in the bag we've got all kind of shavings. This is very hair-like material wrapped around inside of some dry grasses. So this bundle itself right here would be plenty to get a fire started for your tinder. And of course, the other thing that I didn't know was in there is this little pouch, which I can feel and tell what it is. I think for sure it's a book of matches, which was very smart of them to do. And it's sealed up in a Mylar bag with a Ziploc. And we're going to open this up and make sure, yep, that's what it is. Ah, there it is, fast and reliable. Dragon Fire Tinder Box matches. Very cool. So, anyway, all of this comes with the pack. All of this stuff here was in this waterproof bag here, the Mylar bag. And like I said, there's chunks of wood here that would ignite. I'm not real sure what this particular yellowish wood is. I'd like to know. I'll find out from Daryl and let you know there. The other thing that I liked about it was one looks like a birch bark branch that was cut here, and it's got the resinous material stuck on there. It's probably some kind of pine or pine sap or something that's on there. So anyway, we're gonna do a little test here on my bench top. What's that, Haley?
I'll keep doing it on the ground.
Well, I'm gonna do it up here first, and then we can put it on the ground. But let's see if we can get that going. Now, obviously, you can light this with ferro rod.
That's a fire.
Yes, it is.
Why is it a fire?
So we like that. That's excellent. Very dry.
How do you make fire?
Well, there's all kinds of ways, sugar. All kinds of ways. All right, so we're going to keep that. All of this little material that we scraped off is all very flammable. So that's very good piece of material there. We're going to try one other piece right here. I'm just going to pull this off right here. It's got the dry grass, and it's got the dry grass wrapped in some kind of mossy stuff. It's it's like fine as dog hair. So we're gonna try that again as well. Can you see this okay where I'm starting?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's try this. There it is. One spark, we've got fire. Now again, the importance of this, I think, is a good woodsman is always going to carry in his kit some dry tinder material. Because if you're not carrying some dry tinder material, then you're setting yourself up for wet woods, damp marginal material. So this right here, this stuff right here is super dry, and it ignites. You can fluff it up a little more and get some really good fire going here with it. Now this is just a small sampling of it. You've still got more. This right here looks like just a bundle of birch bark. So we could take our birch bark here. I'm not going to burn it all because I'm going to keep that stuff for further fire kits. So there we go. So we've got even more coming off of that. Now imagine setting that whole bag on fire. I mean, that would be a huge fire going. So we've used.
Whoa, that's a big fire.
We've used all of this here, samplings of it anyway. I did want to try this right here. This is the that birch limb, a little section of birch limb with some resinous material just stuck to it. I think probably similar to what that ice cream cone fire starter is going to do. I'm just going to see if it'll take a spark from the ferro rod. Whether it does or not, this right here can, I'm guessing that's going to burn for, probably doesn't have enough surface area to get a spark from that. But if you got a lighter or some of these Dragon Fire Tinder Box matches, we're going to see if it'll strike.
What's he gonna do? I shoot that.
Yeah, that's some kind of pitch, some kind of pine pitch on a little section of the birch bark or the birch tree. So that right there is going to sit there and burn for quite a while with that resin on there, and then it'll turn this, once it starts charring that wood, it'll turn into charcoal and create some coals. So, I'm liking what I see so far. So we're going to save that. We'll save that for another fire, Haley. All right. Now, so as you can see, there's all kinds of material in here. Now, could you go and gather that for yourself in the woods? Yes, you could. But my experience has been that to have a pack ready to go in my kit, whether it's stuff that I've collected or stuff like Daryl has done up in Wisconsin and put it together for you, this kind of stuff also is good for like teaching younger kids about tinder material. The different fineness, or going from this horse hair, this dog hair fineness, all the way down to you know, your medium fine grasses inside of that, with shreds, wood shavings and shreds off of some of the woods up, and even has a few pine needles. Looks like some cedar bark in there. So as far as teaching, we don't have, again, my grandson, Max, is not going to be able to harvest this kind of bark off of trees here. Although, in this pack, he can experiment with it, see what it's like. So I think it's a great teaching tool for kids and even adults who are just now getting into firecraft. So I would highly recommend that you get in contact with Daryl and get you a pack or two. It even comes in a tin. He's got little Dragon Fire Tinder pouch tins now, so that you can take that off, and it's a fire in a tin can basically. He's got all kind of innovative products that he's doing. He and his wife are putting together. So if you like this, I'm going to put a link in the bottom of the video so that you can go and contact them directly. And if you do purchase from them, these guys are wonderful to deal with, just good, salt-to-the-earth kind of people, and very experienced in the arts of bushcraft and woodsmanship. So I'm going to pack this back up and separate some of it out for some of my smaller fire kits, and we'll go from there. But overall, I'm very pleased with what I've seen in the pouch. And again, I will review this ice cream cone with Max and make some chaga tea from the ice cream cone fire. So, guys, I appreciate you watching. Again, there'll be links in the bottom of the info box on how you can get your own Dragon Fire Tinder Box Tinder pouches. So, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.